Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany if you're new here, and I make a lot of lifestyle vlogs as well as a little dash of business and money talk. And today is very exciting because this is actually my #1 asked question aside from where Matthias and I met, but we're not getting into that today. And the question is, how did I start my business? What was the inspo? I kind of want to give a little bit of a background in case you're new here. I co-own a candle company called Circle and Wick with my partner Courtney. We make 100% soy wax candles with phthalate-free fragrance oils, and I'll pop a little picture up here so you guys can see it. And there's little babies back there. I thought it was only right to film in the candle room. We started last January, so it's been about 1.5 years, which is just crazy. I can't believe how fast time has flown by. But yeah, that's kind of a bit about our company. I wanted to let you guys know what I did to start it and what you can do. I'm gonna give like real tips, so if you have a notepad, take some notes, because this is honestly exactly what we did. We thankfully have a pretty successful business right now for only being 1.5 years in. So let's get started. I hope you guys are excited. The first step is to figure out what you want your business to be about. So there's 2 ways to kind of choose this. You can either answer a question for someone or a need. And this could be if you were an expert in a field, maybe you would want to start a consulting company to help someone that way. The second option is to fill a void in the market, and that's more of the route we went down. So maybe you're at the grocery store and you're like, wow, I really wish my grocery store had this, but there is no version of that you've seen before, or you've seen something online that you think is really cool but we don't have it in Canada. Like, that's a really good way to do it. If you follow a lot of people from the States or Australia, a lot of trends come out earlier there, so you could even use inspo from that and start your own thing here. Personally, for Circle and Wick, I wanted a less toxic candle and I couldn't find one. So that's kind of where the inspo came from. A lot of people have asked that. And for your idea, you definitely have to make sure it's original. If you're getting into a super saturated field, then you have to figure out a way to make your product different. So with candles, that's kind of what we did. Obviously there are tons of candle brands, but we just made ours a little bit different. So that's definitely what you have to do. Like, for the example of a landscaping company, there are so many landscaping companies, but if you start doing one that's more luxurious and high-end, that might bring you a little bit above the rest, you know what I mean? So you definitely have to do that. And someone once said, I'm not sure where I heard it, maybe on Instagram, that you have to make sure that yours is original and true to yourself, because if you're just copying someone else's, no one's gonna pick yours if they could have the original. So if you're just making a duplicate, obviously the original is going to be better and everyone will pick that. So come up with your own idea, come up with an original idea, and make sure it's true to you and you really believe in it. The next step is, I think, the most important, and it is start. I put this one here because it's so important once you have an idea to just start going. If you have a really cool idea and you don't jump on it right away, like, someone else is gonna take your idea and then you're gonna be sad you didn't start earlier. And you always wish you start earlier with anything. Once you have your idea, you gotta start going. Don't wait until you're ready, because you will never be 100% ready. You just have to start practicing, start giving out free products to people in your life. If you're doing like consulting, give out free consulting. Just practice and start. The third step is research. This one is very important as well, and is kind of like part of the starting process. So you need to research everything about the company you want to make. You need to see what kind of licenses you need to get started. There might be legal things involved. It definitely depends what you're trying to get into. If you're going to make a product, you have to figure out what kind of products you need to do this. I just remember researching so much. I would stay up super late at night just like scrolling my phone, reading everything I could, watching YouTube videos. YouTube's really helpful. but you definitely have to start researching that. Start researching other businesses in your field that are a bit similar. So you need a average price point. There's a lot of stuff like behind the scenes that honestly we didn't know about, and you definitely have to start looking into that when you first start. Another really good way to get some information when you're starting to research is talk to other small business owners. If you have people in your life who have their own business, they can really help you. I know we asked a lot of people for advice because there's a lot of little things that you don't know, and it's almost like it's hard to know who to ask for help. So reach out to people in your life. If you don't have anyone in your life that has a small business or experience in the field, then reach out to people in your community. There are a lot of people that have small businesses here in Halifax, or I'm sure in any other province or state. A lot of people could be able to help you out, to just ask some, if you need help with just some general questions. That's definitely a very helpful way to get information. The next step is an online presence. I'm sure you guys know how important it is to have an online presence in 2020. If you're a company, probably all of your favorite brands and companies have online presence. So this is just, it has made a world of a difference in our company. Honestly, we've got a lot of sales just from social media. As soon as you know your product, I would say start your online presence. So even if you don't have a physical product or you haven't launched your website yet, still make an Instagram. People are gonna want to follow someone that's up and coming. Like, I know when there are new businesses opening here in Halifax, I will follow their Instagram because I'm like, okay, I wanna see like behind the scenes of it starting and all of that. So when we started Circle and Wick, we started our Instagram before we even had our first candle. You could just say coming fall 2020 or something like that, and start following people in your community that you think would be interested in your product. But yeah, this is very important. As for photos to post when you don't have a product, just post like pretty photos, or post your logo, post behind the scenes. There's a lot of things you could do to start ramping up your business, because once you launch, you're already going to have a little bit of an audience, and that is so important. Definitely start your online presence. Tell everyone you know. Don't be shy. Just post it on your own social media. Tell your mom to post it on hers. Tell your brother. Anything to get the name out there, because the people in your life that love you will want to support you. So just get your name out there. Next step is to launch. So once you have your product or you have your website all set up, it's time to get it out to the people. Honestly, a really fun way to do it on your social media is to like count down like 5 more days till we launch, stuff like that. People get really excited for that kind of marketing. And like personally, I'm like, oh my gosh, 1 more day, like what is it? So definitely do that if you're looking for a way to like get people pumped up for you. Again, tell everyone you know. And another really good tip is, if you do have a food product or something, get people like sampling it, even send it to some influencers if you want. If they're local, a lot of influencers will help you promote your brand. If you're looking into getting in with retailers, you got to get your stuff in their hands as well. This part is not scary, but it's definitely nerve-wracking to put yourself out there for sure. But if you have a really good product, people will want to sell them in their stores. So on this note, I kind of wanted to talk about how not every person is going to be supportive in your life. There is always going to be haters, and there were even people when we started that would say like, oh, you're making candles, like good luck with that, let's see how this goes. But you have to believe in yourself, and that's the only person that really matters. Who cares what other people think? If you have a bomb product, you can prove them wrong, and that's what you got to do. For the people who say you're not going to succeed, screw them. Like, prove them freaking wrong, and then when you're making a bunch of money, you can be like, told you so. But don't be a hater yourself. But I just wanted to say, if people don't approve, a lot of people are either jealous because they want to do something but they're too scared to put themselves out there, or they're nervous that you won't succeed and you'll be hurt, so they're just kind of trying to protect you from the cold hard world out there. You gotta just go for it. Once you have your product on store shelves or in people's hands off your online business, it's time to keep on going. And this part is really difficult because entrepreneurship is a wave. And you honestly just have to ride the wave. And I know it's really hard and scary. Some weeks you're doing super well, other weeks you haven't had a sale and you're thinking, all right, is this a flop? But keep on going, keep pushing through. Try to remember that most businesses don't even earn a profit for the first 2 years. So if you're even selling one product or one consulting session a month, that's pretty awesome. Like, someone's spending money on something that you created. Like, what? They're spending their hard-earned money. In order to be a successful entrepreneur, I truly believe you need to have a super strong work ethic. When I started Circle & Wick, there was one point where I had 5 different jobs. Don't quit your job right away, which I know a lot of people post, like, I quit my job and now I'm a millionaire, like I started a business. Don't do that, because I just think that puts extra stress on yourself and pressure, because you have the stress of starting a brand new company, and then you also have the stress of having no money and having to pay your bills. That just doesn't make sense to me. You may have to figure out your own boundaries, but for the first little bit, it is a grind and you just have to do it because no one else is gonna come behind you and do it for you. So work friggin' hard and it'll be okay. Have a good original idea, work hard, push it out to everyone, and you guys will be able to do this. I hope this kind of helped you guys if you're looking to start your own company or you're just curious on how we got started. If you have any specific questions, feel free to comment them down below and I will get back to all of you. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new here, because I put out new videos every Monday and Thursday right now, and it's just a good time. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you all in the next one.
Show me what it's like to be circling among the clouds.